Salutations and greetings. My name is Marge. You call me Margie. Welcome to my tube. I'm a Heyoka Wise Clown. I just like clowning around. I just give little talks, little rambling thoughts. They do make sense though. Not just to me. I bet I might say something if you stick around long enough that you might relate to. We might make a connection, a relation. We aren't even related. There's so much emphasis on historical events right now. In all levels. Yesterday, I've been talking about touching recently on. I'm going to wrap up a thought that I started yesterday, but I didn't finish with Robin Williams, and that is, or comedians. Let me just say comedians, or anyone that you know that brings light to your life. Like, all the time. Like a constant cheerleader. Yeah. See, I believe it's based on data that I've collected in my life. I believe that people like Robin Williams, John Candy, the ones that took their light out, the addicts and the crew, all those that have so much light and so much sadness, is because they have the broadest spectrum of emotion. And in the principles of, my background is mechanics, IT, you name it. Watch those, my resumes in my previous videos. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just know that. I only look like I am a fool, but I'm not an idiot. And idiots have a lot to offer too. I don't even know what an idiot is. I think they're running DC. I think they're the ones that are about to execute a man in Nebraska, and the fucking crickets, the governor of that state. His family owns TD Ameritrade. Isn't that weird, the governor? And I just found out that things like utilities are traded on the stock exchange, which is stupid, and TD Ameritrade is a place where people go to trade stocks. But people don't see things the way I see. I just start this video because of this. Love is all I got, because it literally is all that I got. It's literally, like, it's too loud. Sublime. I once, that's like, I don't have a lot of regrets in life, because things, and speaking of taking out of your own light, and this touches on that, because things are mostly lessons. So what happened when I was like, I don't know, 18, I'd met a girl, and, well, in my age and time where that took place, that was damn near impossible to do, and especially one that was as pretty as she was. She was a belly dancer. Still is, but she's real good by now. Anyway, so I wanted to hang out with her instead of driving with some friends to Eureka to see Bradley and Sublime. And 5-6 months later, they died. See, when they die, it's an accident, because some of us know more of a spectrum of emotion. The low gets lower, just like the heartbeat that I talk about often. You get these highs, and then it's the dip. People don't compensate for it's like a heartbeat. A heartbeat goes like this. I was going to be an EKG technician too, so this is how I learned that. In case you fucking care. Those are for the jerky face. The jerky face is already gone. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the rest of you. I'm sorry. I just tried. Anyway, so you have this bass line, and then the heartbeat goes up, and then it comes boop, back down, and then does this little calibration thing to the flat line. People are arrogant in that flat line. They think that they're guaranteed the up again, and we're just, quite frankly, not. Especially with the way that people don't take care of themselves today. You're freaking lucky that you get the up. Anyway, so some of us don't process love, or haven't experienced it the way that was best for us, and it doesn't matter how hard the people tried to give it to us. If it isn't our fit, it's just like a teacher. I mean, kids have teaching styles. There's styles to teach kids with different personalities. You have to teach them, but I never got that. It was everybody tried to fit me into a box to make them comfortable, which made me very freaking uncomfortable. So, when I was young, I smoked weed for the first time. That is where I found my solace. I mean, it put me at peace from being constantly wound up all the time, because I don't know how other people want me to act. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that. Like, even street signs, the way they word them, are stupid to me. So, what happens is, and people I know Robin Williams' history. When he was young, it's not like he came from an abusive family, but he had isolation. Look at the common denominators of the experiences that people have that you were like-minded with. Yeah. Now, I will always resonate with him because he has this look in his eye that I can relate to. Because I am thinking about how sad I've been right now, and how much I don't want that for you. And that's what he had. And that's what all empaths have. Unless you're a dick. See, there's the empaths that prey on people, and they're the ones that are coming out right now, and people aren't considering them. I didn't consider the evil empath. So what happens is, and he even thought that he was responsible for John Belushi's death, which is funny. I saw a video yesterday with Aretha Franklin and Bruce Brothers. That's another synchronicity in and of itself, but he felt, because you just want your friends to feel good, right? And they did drugs, and they did dangerous drugs, and I hate drugs that are made in the fucking lab. I fucking hate them. They are mad science. Pills, oh, I hate them. Synthetic things, I don't like fake things. At any vibration, especially in people. So they just want their friends to have a good time. So some of us, our tolerances are really freaking high, and that's the thing, is we overshoot the mark, because our mark always changes depending on where our vibration is. We're extra sensitive. That's why I keep telling people, do not drink right now. Our frequency is going to happen regardless. The world gives us things to mask the frequency. Like when our astrological planets align in a certain way and it's going to make us anxious. Well, isn't that great? Because good thing we have planned a concert tonight. You know what I mean? And then you go at and you have all this, but it's masked by the concert. Because this is your vibration calibrating to how the new energies, and that's where the whole term, God gives us what we can handle. He gives us what he can handle, but he gives us other external things to help us balance out. But it's our free will that we got to use to balance out. And we also it's our free will that we got to use to choose what we use to balance ourselves out. And that's not, I don't count marijuana as a drug. It is my medicine. I don't freaking care what anybody says. And I'm going to have a very painful day. Oh well. I only have this day. This is the only day that I have to get through. So he wanted to share with his friends, because everybody just wants to have a good time. But it was too much. He just wanted his friend to have a good time. So, add that to the guilt. Another common denominator that people like, and he's a light worker, he's a starseed. People that resonate like us that watch this, there's some impediment of speech, whether you couldn't find your voice, you were late to talk. I was a funny talker. I wouldn't say my R's. Ah, my tongue was lazy. It would sit on the bottom of my mouth. Ah, my name is Marge. That's why I particularly hated it when people would ask me if I was a boy or a girl when I was 4 or 5. I have never seen a child that I couldn't tell what gender it was. I think that's just a mean thing. I think that's just the thing that when a girl feels small, they want to make the child feel small, so they say things like that to it. It's fucking evil. Yep. So, people would ask me, are you a boy or a girl? And I hated answering because girl, I'm a girl. So I hated the word girl. But I am a girl, so do I hate me? It was also confusing. I sorted it out. I love me now, and I'm a divine feminine. I just have a lot of masculinity. Actually, I have a lot of traits that other people tied to masculinity, they're just me. Men are not brave, they choose to be. Men are not men, they choose to be. Men don't act like men, so women are changing their minds about the men that they're wanting to be with because they don't stand in integrity. Because women are starting to go by their own feelings. Everybody's starting to, this is not gender specific, everyone is starting to go by for their own feelings, so what was good for them before is not, and they just don't, life's too short and there's too much shit on their plate that they're not gonna freaking, they're scraping the crap off their plate. People are just, nope, I don't even like this anymore. This used to be my fucking, I used to love pudding and I freaking hate it now. Stuff like that. People are just not settling anymore. So, speech impediments, finding your voice, articulation, and then finding your pause. Most of the dissonance that I see in the world today is, people are, even when they're excited, it's like everybody feels so great. You go, do you feel great? I heard a story yesterday, I'm going to wrap it up on this. I heard a story yesterday about a man who was telling a story about his UFO alien abduction. And it's like, no fucking wonder, dude. And he's telling the story about how the guys in the truck were all yelling at each other, driving down the hill. They left the man behind. You might want to see who you're working with. I don't want to work with people that are going to leave me behind, and which really has freed me up right now because I have like 2 people in the whole world that I even message. And I don't need much. I entertain myself. But the human body is electricity. We just literally respond to our surroundings. So when and these guys just saw the UFO and they didn't know how to handle themselves. Now if I saw it, and people say this, but I have seen UFOs, and this is how I've reacted. Hey dude, what's up? Can I drive the ship? Because I see them in clouds. Light passes through clouds. I don't know why people don't see that when clouds are black on the underside, there's something blocking the sun. Fucking stupid. Oh, I don't get that. No wonder crooks are doing stuff right in front of our faces. Duh. Football season's starting! So, speech impediment. Extreme level, like the lowest of low. Has your heart ever broken? I'm not talking about have you ever had a heart attack. Has your heart ever broken? Mine has. And then it puts back together, and then it gets stronger, and then it breaks. Anyway, so even in air conditioning, if you turn the air conditioner on, which incidentally removes heat, it doesn't add cool air to the room that you're in, it removes heat. Anyway, if you turn on the air conditioner on 70, and the room is like 90, the greater the temperature difference, the quicker it'll cool off. Yeah. So, that's why if you it would take longer to boil room temperature water than it does to boil cold water. But people think because it's closer in temperature, it should happen faster. But that's not how it works. So, and relating, and then we pick up on everybody. We're just radios, and we're picking up on frequency. And I'm really excited about this. And I was surprised that one I don't think did very well the first day. About how we're all frequency, and we pick up on basically other people's thoughts. And that's why comedians that are good really do good. And then it also has to do with their light. Their light is their shtick, is how they put their words in order. That is what makes, because anybody could do anything, but it's their light that puts that little twist, you know. So I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna stop this and think about these 3 things that I wanted to say. So, fucking dude, I wish they'd figure their stuff out. Shuffle doesn't work. Oh, ask yourselves why you're paying so much for technology so when it doesn't work. It's because they know it doesn't work, and they know that people are gonna stop buying this shit here sooner or later. So, I don't know. Have a rad day. Peace.